And the top focus is soured after days of speculation. The White House has unveiled a 20-point plan to end the nearly 2-year Gaza war, secure the release of hostages held by Hamas, and lay out a vision for Gaza's future. President Trump and Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu announced a detailed peace plan for Gaza, urging Hamas to accept the terms. The deal calls for an immediate ceasefire, Hamas disarmament, and a gradual Israeli withdrawal. It even introduces a new international body to govern Gaza temporarily, barring Hamas from any political role. The framework also allows for future Palestinian statehood. Trump even described the proposal as a historic day for peace, while Netanyahu backed the plan, saying it meets Israel's war goals.
I also want to thank Prime Minister Netanyahu for agreeing to the plan and for trusting that if we work together, we can bring an end to the death and destruction that we've seen for so many years, decades, even centuries, and begin a new chapter of security, peace, and prosperity for the entire region.
I support your plan to end the war in Gaza, which achieves our war aims. It will bring back to Israel all our hostages, dismantle Hamas's military capabilities, end its political rule, and ensure that Gaza never again poses a threat to Israel.
According to this proposal, Hamas is expected to release all hostages, living and deceased, within 72 hours of acceptance. And in return, Israel would release hundreds of Palestinian prisoners, including women and children, detained after 7th of October 2023 massacre. Hamas members who commit to peaceful coexistence and disarmament will receive amnesty or safe passage out of Gaza. The plan also aims to demilitarize Gaza, making it free of terror threats, and rebuild it for the benefit of its people. Full humanitarian aid will flow into the Gaza region, with the Rafah crossing reopened under established mechanisms. Governance will be temporarily handled by a technocratic, apolitical Palestinian committee that will be overseen by an international body called the Board of Peace and will be chaired by Donald Trump, and including figures like former British Prime Minister Tony Blair.
That's what I want, is some extra work to do, but it's so important that I'm willing to do it, and we'll do it right, and we'll have a board, and one of the people that wants to be on the board is the UK former Prime Minister, Tony Blair. Good man.
Now, according to the proposal, Gaza's economy will be revitalized through a development plan modeled on successful West Asian cities. Residents will have full freedom of movement with no forced displacement whatsoever. Hamas and other factions will be barred from governance, and all military as well as terror infrastructure will be dismantled under international oversight. Hamas for now has not responded to the proposal, stating it has not received the plan, leaving uncertainty around the fate of the 20-point proposal by Trump. Netanyahu has warned that Israel would finish the job against Hamas if it rejects the deal, while Trump said that Israel would have his full backing to do so if Hamas did not accept the deal. Listen into what he had to say.
But if Hamas rejects your plan, Mr. President, or if they supposedly accept it and then basically do everything to counter it, then Israel will finish the job by itself. This can be done the easy way, or it can be done the hard way, but it will be done.
Israel would have my full backing to finish the job of destroying the threat of Hamas, but I hope that we're going to have a deal for peace, and if Hamas rejects the deal, which is always possible, they're the only one left.
According to the 20-point plan, an international stabilization force will deploy to train Palestinian police and secure borders, working with Israel and Egypt. Israel will then progressively withdraw from Gaza region based on agreed security milestones without annexing or occupying the territory. If Hamas rejects the plan, and aid as well as stabilization efforts will continue in areas cleared of terror. In fact, 8 Muslim-majority nations in a joint statement have hailed Donald Trump's Gaza plan. The countries include Egypt, Qatar, Jordan, UAE, Saudi Arabia, Turkey, Indonesia, as well as Pakistan. The Palestinian Authority, which is based in West Bank but would be set for a role in post-war Gaza government, also welcomed Trump's what it called sincere and determined efforts. Washington's European allies promptly voiced support, with leaders of France, UK, Germany and Italy sharing strong expressions of support for the plan. However, in devastated Gaza, residents expressed skepticism that Trump's plan could even end the war or not. For more on this, our correspondent Susan Tehrani has sent us this report.
President Trump and Prime Minister Netanyahu stood together in Washington unveiling a new U.S.-Israeli peace plan for Gaza. But it's not entirely in Hamas's court to decide. The plan hinges on an immediate ceasefire, full hostage return within 72 hours, the demilitarization of Gaza, and the replacement of Hamas governance with an international technocratic authority. Trump said Israel will have full U.S. backing if Hamas rejects the terms. Hamas claims it has received the proposal through Qatari and Egyptian channels. They have not agreed. Bottom line, with Israel and the United States aligning on the plan, all eyes are now on Hamas, whether or not it'll accept, reject, or call for modification. And essentially, the fate of the war hangs in this decision. Susan Tehrani reporting from New York for WION World is One.
And breaking updates are just coming in. Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi has welcomed President Trump's announcement of a comprehensive plan to end the Gaza conflict. Prime Minister Modi has said, and I quote here the statement by the Indian Prime Minister, who says, "The plan provides a viable pathway to long-term and sustainable peace, security and development for the Palestinian and Israeli people and also for the larger West Asian region." He expressed hope that all concerned will come together behind President Trump's initiative and support this effort to end conflict and secure peace. So, Prime Minister Modi welcoming the peace plan as proposed by President Trump. So, a lot of world leaders backing the peace plan as presented by President Donald Trump, from Arab leaders to even leaders from the West, and now Prime Minister Modi, who's called it a viable pathway to long-term and sustainable peace.